Alice Paul, crusader for women's rights. Alice Paul was born on January 11, 1885 in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Her mother, Tacy, was a graduate of Swarthmore College. Her father, William, was a banker. Alice had two younger brothers, William and Parry, and a sister, Helen. The Pauls were a Quaker family, a religion rooted in peace and fairness toward others. The Pauls lived on a large plot of land. They had a wraparound porch and a tennis court in front of the porch. Alice had her own horse and rode it to school every day. Alice Paul received a comprehensive education. She attended Moorestown Friends School, and at age 16 entered Swarthmore College just like her mother. While taking a course in politics, Paul realized the importance of voting, and in 1906 she moved to Philadelphia to begin studying at the University of Pennsylvania. There she wrote an essay on women's rights in Pennsylvania. Following her time at Penn, Alice received a scholarship to study at a Quaker school in England in 1907. While in England, Alice felt inspired to become involved in the women's suffrage movement after she heard Christabel Pankhurst talk about women's voting rights. The women marched in a big parade through London and spoke on street corners. Alice was arrested 10 times and spent 3 times in jail. By the time Alice returned home, news of the protests in England brought a new energy to the women's movement in the United States. Alice traveled around the country fighting for women's right to vote. She supported the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, which would change the Constitution in favor of women voting. After trying to convince President Wilson to make the change on March 17, 1913, Paul fought for 5 more years before he changed his mind. She organized the suffragettes to march in parades and for the first time picket in front of the White House. On January 9, 1918, President Wilson decided to support women's suffrage. The next day, the 19th Amendment passed in the House of Representatives by just 1 vote. Paul worked for the rest of her life to pass the Equal Rights Amendments in the United States and worked tirelessly until she died on July 9, 1977 at age 92. On August 26, 1977, women's groups held a march in Washington. Paul leaves behind a powerful legacy of social justice.